All right, guys. I hope you're doing fine. So this week we're gonna talk about what if I'm missing the angle. So I have the sides that I need. I have my ratio, but I'm missing the angle. So sorry about this. I tried this one more time before. So, anyways, so if you know the sine, cosine, and tangent ratio, now what about so you can use the inverse of those ratios to find the angle. So in this case, so as an example, in all of these, we are looking for the angle. So we have the side, but we don't have the angle. So that's the difference between what we're doing this week. Now, make sure you guys calculators are in degree mode. If you need to find out how to do it, you can Google it, your actual calculator brand and the number you have for the calculator, the serial number and everything, and it will tell you how to switch it. Now, if you need help, I can help you also. So contact me. In my calculator is my iPhone. So what I do is that I look for this side, right? And then I'm gonna look so where it is sine, cosine, and tangent. If I press the function second, I see the inverse over here, and that's the ones I'm gonna use right now. Now to find the angle. Now I click second, and I come to the normal ones. So be careful there, which ones you're using. Okay, so if you're looking for the angle, you're gonna be using inverse, and if you're not, you're going to be using the regular ones. Okay, so if you have the angle measurement. Anyways, so if you have questions on how to change this into degrees, please let me know. It's very important that you know that. If you usually have them either in radians or degrees, you need degrees. Okay, so to check that, just try the one that I'm doing. And if you get the same answer I get, then you have it in degrees. That's how it works. Okay. So the next thing, make sure you need your nearest tenth. That's how you're gonna simplify the answer. So if you get a crazy number, decimals, just round up to if you have over a five. All right. So let's do this first. So the first thing on this is remembering SOHCAHTOA. So sine opposite over hypotenuse, cosine adjacent over hypotenuse, tangent opposite over adjacent. So in this case, what do we have? So we have our angle, we have our opposite side, and we have the hypotenuse. So that means that we're going to be using sine. So sine of x because we do not have the angle. And then my ratio is opposite over hypotenuse. Okay, that's simple, right? Just I think the trickiest part here is just to make sure you have the right function, like trig function. So how do we put this in the calculator? Okay, so first thing is x equals the inverse of sine and then your ratio. It's exactly the thing that you're going to put in the calculator. You're going to put 15 divided by 24, right? And then your second function, and then you're gonna put sine of inverse, right? Your inverse sine, and then that's it. You should get your answer to be 38.7, and that is your degree. Now remember to use degrees, okay? All right, that was a weird three. That's a three. Anyway, so number three, let's try number three. Let's make sure we know which one to use over here. Okay, so we know that we don't have anything in the hypotenuse. So that means that we're going to be using tangent. So that was easy. All right, so it will be tangent. Now, do we have our angle? No, that's what we're looking for. So this will be opposite over adjacent. So tangent of x equals opposite over adjacent, which is 37. All right, so now we use the inverse because we're looking for the angle. So that would be x equals tangent inverse and then times your ratio. Now that divided by that and then that, right? So that would be 20 divided by 37 and then you get some kind of decimal and then you put the second function and then you press tangent of -1. Okay, so I mean inverse of tangent. So now make sure you have, like, if you have a calculator, it should be on right on top of your sine, cosine, and tangent. You'll see the little -1 here that looks like an exponent, right? All right, good. It is actually an exponent. Anyway, so number four. Number four is, all right, so let's see what we have. We have our hypotenuse, so that's either between sine and cosine. All right, so what do we have? We actually have, we don't have the opposite. We have the adjacent side, so it's cosine. So let's see, cosine of x, we don't have the angle, and then our ratio is 18/23. Same procedure here. Now x equals cosine inverse, and then your ratio. Now, sometimes you got to use parentheses in some of your calculators. So if you want to use parentheses, please do so. I don't have a set of different type of calculators with me, but all I can say is that if you try this one and you get the same answer that I get, then it is correct. So try the ones that I'm doing to make sure you know how to work your calculator, okay? So you should get on this one, x equals 38.5 degrees. Now, oops, I forgot to give you the answer for this one. This is 28.4. So your answer for this one is x equals 28.4. Okay. All right, so now we keep going. Now remember, so what about last week? Like what do we do? Like what do we do different? Okay, let's just review a little bit of what we did last week. So in this case, notice that we have the angle. So this is what we did last week. So let's just do one for the sake of it. So it would be what? We have the opposite and we have the we're looking for the adjacent. So this is a tangent. So tangent, right? Tangent of 39. Notice the difference between the ones that we just did. Tangent of 39, so it would be 11 over the adjacent side, which is x. Now, I said when we have the x on the bottom, and I showed you why in the class, we divide, right? We're not multiplying on this one because we can't multiply on both sides x. I mean, we do when we divide, but it will come out to be a division problem. So let's divide. So that would be, whatever we put this in the calculator, it would be 11 divided by, and then we put tangent of 39 somehow in your calculator. So I usually put tangent, so divided by 39, tangent of 39. That's how I put it in my calculator, actually. And then I don't forget to place my equal sign on this one. All right, so then I get x equals 13.6. Now this is not a degree, right? It's a side, so this is x right here. Okay, all right, so this is the difference between, notice that I use a regular tangent here. So over here, we're using the inverse of tangent, okay? All right, I hope this helps. Then I want to do one more example. Now I gave this as extra credit. The difference between these two, you see more happening over here. You have to use two, like basically two different functions usually to find the missing set. You find one angle, you find one triangle, then you find the other one. That's I mean, it's just easy. But I mean, if you want to play around, I gave you 2 points extra credit. Okay. All right. So let's do an application because we're gonna start doing this very soon. More like maybe next week. Okay. So the deal with these guys is that you have to draw it to see where everything is because it doesn't say it. It's not very easy to see. All right, so a ladder leaning against a wall makes an angle of 75. So you have the angle here. You're gonna be using the regular one with the ground. So we have a wall, right? So it says the ladder leaning against the wall makes an angle. So leaning against the wall, it makes an angle of 75 degrees. Now this is, let's see what happens here. So with the ground, if the foot of the angle is 6 feet, so right now this is 6 feet, this line over here to the wall, from the base of the wall, what is the length of the ladder? So imagine this is the ladder. So what is the base of this? So we're looking for the size of the ladder, the length of the ladder. Okay, but this is the base, right? This is the wall. And then you know that the angle is here because it says a ladder leaning against a wall makes an angle of 75. So the angle is actually not there. It's over here. It's very interesting. It's kind of over here. Okay. All right. So now we have cosine, right? Because we have the hypotenuse and we have the adjacent side. So that's cosine of 75. Ooh, it's over here. 75. Because this is the right triangle, right? 75 equals, and then we have 6 over x. And now you know the rest. Remember, when you have the x on the bottom, you're going to divide, right? So that would be 6 divided by cosine of 75. And then you get that the ladder is 23.2 feet. Okay? All right, and that's your answer. Now you are doing this one. Remember here, you are looking for the angle. So you're going to be using your inverse functions, okay? Okay, all right. So I hope this helps. Remember my class for this course is at 1:30 on Mondays. I will definitely recommend that you don't miss that class because it's really helpful seeing it like and asking questions and stuff. All right, have fun, guys.